David and I are trying a new thing. We're doing individual short podcast snippets in between our bi-weekly regular podcast. And I was first up. I don't know if it's because ladies first, but I was first up. And I really had a difficult time. I am usually a very jipper and positive, optimistic person. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to find something where it was positive, it was uplifting, and I was just having a very difficult time finding something. And I'm not saying that there's nothing out there. Maybe my search was not extensive enough, but there was just so much negative news regarding Black people, from the Starbucks incident. It was just one thing after another, and I was having a difficult time. So what my brother suggested was talking about that and sharing healthy ways that I cope with a bad news overload. And when he first said it, I was like, what is, I don't understand. What does that mean? And so he was basically saying that it's normal to be in a situation like that, where you're looking for positive news, you're looking for something uplifting, and then you don't get it. You instead are bombarded with negative news about our people getting killed, our people getting discriminated against, our people being shortchanged in some kind of way. And so since that is a normal thing, talk about that and talk about ways that when you're feeling down, that you overcome that down feeling, I guess. And so I was like, okay, thank you for the clarification. And so now I'm here. I'm going to talk about different ways that when I'm feeling down, and excuse the sniffles, I have allergies. I'm going to talk about different ways that I uplift myself. So first on my list I have is prayer. I talk to God. I talk to him and I tell him what I'm dealing with. And yes, he knows, but there is a part that I have to do to make sure that the lines of communication stay open between me and my Father. And then having those conversations with him, I get comfort, and I learn and I know and I'm reassured that it's only temporary, and this too shall pass. Another thing that I like doing is watching vlogs. There's this new family that, new for me. I'm pretty sure other people have seen them because they are probably at like 50 to 60,000 subscribers right now. They're called the Ellisons, and they're based in my hometown, Brooklyn. And they're just the cutest family. They just had their third boy. And I really love them. They're so funny, and they are just really positive and upbeat. Next, I like to watch, this is not any particular order. I'm reading my notes right now. The next one I have down is The Organized Soprano. And when I tell you that she is the organization epitome of what I want my life to look like, she really is. There is no such thing as a miscellaneous area in her home. Like her and her husband and their dog, can't recall his name right now, but they live in this apartment in Boston, and she just has a purpose for everything, and there's no such thing as a miscellaneous place, and everything is neat and orderly, and it's not stoic. There are a couple of vlogs that I watch, I'm not gonna mention them because I'm not trying to, bring anybody down, that I watch that they're so organized, and it's to the point where it's stoic. It doesn't feel welcoming, but her space is so cute, so nice, and you know that it's okay to put your feet on her ottoman, like she won't freak out or anything like that. Another favorite of mine is Styled by Casanova, and she's originally from Brooklyn. I think I like to relate to people who, know where I'm coming from. But her and her family have relocated to Georgia. I want to say Savannah, Georgia. And she has this series where she's decorating her home, but she's not doing it in a rush. She's taking her time. I want to say it's been at least over a year now. And her and her fiance, they wait until they have the budget, they have the money. And not only can she design houses, but she is a fabulous dresser as well. So I just love watching her. I like to color. It's very simple. It's very relaxing. And I am a TV junkie. I'm a TV junkie. I love New Girl. And when I was watching the first 5 seasons on Netflix, I was sad about it ending. I don't know if this is a spoiler alert, but if it is, I apologize. So close your ears for like the next 15 seconds. But at the end of season 5, Schmidt and Cece, they get married. And I was like, oh, okay, you know what? I'm sad that the show is over, but this is a nice way to end the show. But then I turned on the VPN and found out that there was a season 6 and there's going to be a season 7, which has not as many episodes that has been contracted for the previous seasons, but at least there's going to be more. So I've been watching that and I'm super hyped about that. And then also Veep. I've only seen the first season on Amazon Prime because we don't have HBO. But I gotta find a way to watch the rest because that show is hilarious. Like, I've always loved Julia. And yeah, this show is it's hilarious. I love it. But when I was writing down this list to, talk about ways that I bring up and lift up my spirits, it made me think if people were gonna question whether or not what I'm doing is avoidance, instead of the way I'm looking at it as a healthy way of coping with bad news overload. So I have to put it out there that my spirit is very sensitive to whatever I'm consuming. So I have to guard my heart. And it's important for me to stay aware and keep my mental health at the forefront and to take care of myself. And so I don't want to make it seem as if like I'm being on guard, but in a way, I guess you can't look at it, I'm being on guard. But if I'm not protecting me, like who's going to be looking out for me? And I wanted to pose that question to you guys. Do you think that by me putting down those articles, those blogs that are reporting on the unfortunate events that are happening to our community, is that avoidance? I mean, putting it down, is that avoidance? Or is it really me taking my mental health seriously and understanding that, hey, I can't consume this right now. I need to put it aside and I need to find ways to pick me up. And I'm telling you right now, I look at it as being healthy and, a healthy way to deal with bad news overload. I don't know if there's a technical term for it. There might be. I should look that up after this. But, hit us up and let us know what you guys think. What's your opinion? Is it avoidance or is it a healthy way to deal with bad news overload? Thank you.